Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, your home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. In today's video, we're going to be providing an update on Avalon GloboCare. This is one we've actually covered on the channel previously. There's been a number of key developments since our initial coverage. Before we get into that though, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a big help to myself and the channel, specifically in getting this content out to other people like you who may find value. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to join and let me know in the comments section below if you're currently holding shares of Avalon GloboCare, your thoughts on this sector overall, and your outlook as we move into 2025. Now, with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be providing coverage on Avalon GloboCare Corp, trades on the NASDAQ in the United States under the ticker ALBT. Now this is one that we previously covered on the channel about a year ago now, having a fairly strong trading session. This is shortly after market open on Wednesday, October 30th, up 18 cents US or about 5.5% per share, currently trading hands at $3.47. Now, interestingly enough, if we zoom out to a 1-month chart on Avalon GloboCare, you can see trading relatively flat over the last 30 days, with a local low of $2.64 on the 17th of October and a local high on the 28th of October at $4.30. So definitely some interest and attention on this company based on some of the recent developments we're going to talk about towards the end of the presentation. Now, as a quick reminder, and for those of you who maybe missed our initial coverage on Avalon, I'll leave the company corporate website linked in the video description below. As you can see here, advancing laboratory services and precision diagnostics, Avalon GloboCare Corp is a commercial stage company dedicated to developing and delivering innovative, transformative, precision diagnostics and clinical laboratory services. So as you'll see in a second, the company is separated into two key divisions, the core technology platforms, and then obviously their laboratory services. Under the core technology platforms, you've got Avalon GloboCare, which is that commercial stage company we just made reference to. They've got their Keto Air breathalyzer device, which we're going to talk about in a second, and their QTY protein design platform, which we talked about extensively in our last video. Now on the laboratory services side, as you'd expect, an extensive test menu satisfying clients' testing needs from general blood work all the way to urine toxicology, anatomic pathology, essentially a one-stop shop for most clinical level testing. And if we actually pull up these two separate tabs, again on the corporate website under core platforms, you can see Avalon has achieved and fostered seamless integration of unique verticals to bridge and accelerate innovative research, bioprocess development, clinical programs, and product commercialization. We're going to look at this as we move into the investor deck next up. And of course, a closer look at the laboratory services division here, with a variety of different services or tests being offered, including qualitative drug screening, drug testing, chemistry wellness. So this is looking for things like thyroid, metabolism, kidney profile, liver function, and other individual tests of that nature. Obviously, COVID testing, urine wellness testing, and what's known as PGX testing, using DNA collected from the patient via a mouth swab. Now this is where things get interesting for Avalon GloboCare. On October 25th, so just recently here, they put out a press release entitled Avalon GloboCare and Key Diagnostics or QI Diagnostics enter into Memorandum of Understanding for proposed co-development of real-time cannabis breathalyzer for detecting potential impaired driving. So obviously with the legalization of cannabis here in Canada and across the states in various different individual states, this is becoming a major need for law enforcement agencies, the ability to quickly breathalyze, just like you can do for alcohol roadside, to detect for impaired driving using cannabis, with Avalon taking advantage and leveraging their innovative precision diagnostics and laboratory services that we just looked at to announce that it's entered into this MOU with Qui Diagnostics, which is a nanosensor-based diagnostics technology company, to explore this proposed and strategic collaboration to co-develop what's known as a VOC or volatile organic compound nanosensor-based point-of-care cannabis breathalyzer. So this is a 120-day MOU during which Avalon intends to further negotiate with Qui Diagnostics And if they're able to strike a definitive agreement here, the next step would then be to propose a collaboration and the initial prototype enabling stage, with Avalon believing their expertise in the regulatory field would actually benefit a collaboration like this, based on their experience with things like regulatory pathways, clinical trials, and the approval process in the United States. So David Jin, who's the president and CEO of Avalon GloboCare, we actually looked at his profile in our last video, and we will again here in a second, states the proposed collaboration with QI Diagnostics would be a milestone in our commitment to developing innovative diagnostic solutions. We intend to enter into a definitive agreement with QI Diagnostics during the exclusivity period and then put our effort into developing a VOC nanosensor-based cannabis breathalyzer that is capable of addressing this need for point-of-care testing in law enforcement and workplace safety, as I just mentioned. So this is obviously a massive development for Avalon and could be one of the reasons we're seeing this interest in share price here today for ALBT. And from there, I wanted to do a quick highlight through the investor presentation. So this is actually a slide that we've looked at previously. You can see here the mission statement behind Avalon and the fact that they were founded all the way back in 2016. This is their headquarters building, again in Freehold, New Jersey, and those core technology platforms that we talked about in the intro. Now, this investor deck was put together in January of this year, so it is a few quarters old. However, at that point in time, they had already completed over 600,000 tests at this state-of-the-art laboratory services facility in Costa Mesa, California. Here's a sample of the testing and services that we saw on the corporate website, and some of the additional details about how this laboratory services MSO acquisition actually came to be. Here's some additional pictures of the facility in Costa Mesa, California. As you can see, extremely top-end, state-of-the-art, custom-built facility that's able to administer those tens and hundreds of thousands of tests with that wide scope and variety we looked at on the website. And some competitive analysis, along with forward growth expectations of 4.2% compound annual growth rate from the years 2023 through 2030, to a total estimated value of $125.6 billion by 2030 in the United States clinical laboratory services marketplace alone. Now, if you pair that exciting brick and mortar laboratory services business in with this volatile organic compound or VOC based nanosensor cannabis technology opportunity that we just talked about, you can definitely see why investors are getting excited about Avalon. They're already an exclusive distributor in North America of the single VOC Keto Air product, along with some of the testing synergies based on previous co-development experience and opportunities in the AI-based computational algorithm space that we're starting to hear a lot in this sector. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, David Jin, he's an MD, PhD, and the CEO, president, and co-founder of Avalon GloboCare. He's a U.S. licensed physician, former medical resident, and a fellow and faculty member at the Weill Cornell Medical and New York Presbyterian Hospital, a senior clinical scientist at the Ansari Stem Cell Institute, and the former CMO of Biotime Incorporated and Onocyte Corporation. So a long list of extensive work history, academic achievements. Obviously, David Jin possesses a tremendous amount of experience and knowledge in this space, which is another key factor and differentiator for Avalon GloboCare. So in summary, you guys, there's a number of reasons or catalysts on the horizon for Avalon GloboCare in terms of why you may want to take a closer look at this organization. We just talked about some of their recent news in terms of the cannabis breathalyzer opportunity. We looked through their laboratory services division and their precision diagnostics, talked about their nanosensor technology and intellectual property, not to mention impressive credentials of their CEO. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, specifically if you're already holding shares of Avalon or have held shares in the past. If you're still watching the video, hopefully you found value, so please make sure you hit the like button. It's 100% free to do. It really does help get this content to other people like you who may find value. And finally, feel free to subscribe. We just crossed 46,000 subscribers on the channel, a huge milestone, and we'd love to have you as part of the community. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.